In a significant shift in Middle Eastern geopolitics, Iran is accelerating negotiations with China to acquire Chengdu J-10C multirole fighter jets. This is a good deal for both sides. It will enhance China's weapons export market and give Iran considerably new capabilities, as its air force was in shambles even before the war. This development not only reshapes Iran's military strategy but also underscores China's growing role as a defense supplier in the Persian Gulf, raising questions about the region's shifting power dynamics. The J-10C recent combat success with the Pakistan Air Force, which reportedly used the jet to down Indian Rafale fighters in a May 2025 clash, has boosted its reputation. The National Security Journal reported that the J-10C PL-15 missiles and Aesa radar gave Pakistan a decisive edge, a performance that likely caught Iran's attention. China's willingness to supply not only aircraft but also air defense systems and radars, as noted by Pravda, further sweetens the deal for Tehran. Shortly after the U.S. military's weekend airstrikes against 3 Iranian nuclear weapons facilities, Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan, a group of top Iranian military leaders flew to China. While there, Iran's representatives reportedly eyed several advanced Chinese military weapons, such as the J-10C fourth-generation warplane. That's because after the American airstrikes as well as the multiple other Israeli incursions over the last 12 days, Tehran must restore its badly degraded air defenses, as well as its ability to project power in the strategic air domain. Iran wants Russian planes, but the Kremlin isn't delivering. Put simply, Iran's existing fleet of warplanes was no match for the American and Israeli onslaught over the course of the recent war. In fact, when the U.S. Air Force launched its airstrikes as part of Operation Midnight Hammer, no Iranian warplanes even tried to intercept the 129 U.S. warplanes that entered Iranian airspace. To be fair, Iran's air force was no match for the Western air forces of Israel and America, and much of Iran's air capability had already been degraded in the days before the Americans joined the war. Now that the conflict is over and a ceasefire between the warring parties is holding, Iran is scrambling to restore its degraded defenses. To head off a similar incursion in the future, Tehran is looking to acquire modern air capabilities. While the Iranians had been contracted to purchase Russian warplanes, notably the Su-35, Moscow has been dragging its heels on delivering them, preferring to use them instead in Ukraine. But the recent war emphasizes that Tehran can wait no longer. If the Russians, ostensibly Iran's geopolitical benefactor, cannot or will not deliver the planes, then Iranian defense purchasers will look to Beijing instead. China's planes are exactly what Tehran needs. Notably, Chinese systems such as the J-10C fourth-generation warplane have received a sudden boost in recent months. In May of this year, India and Pakistan fought a 4-day-long war. In the opening hours of that conflict, the Pakistanis scored a series of surprising and remarkable wins against an Indian military that, on paper, was far superior to the Pakistani armed forces. Pakistan's effectiveness came in part because of its use of Chinese-made warplanes like the J-10C, which succeeded in shooting down at least one French-built 4.5-generation Dassault Rafale fighter. Since Russia will seemingly not make good on its agreement with Iran to supply warplanes, Tehran will turn to China instead. This is a good deal for both sides. It will enhance China's weapons export market and give Iran considerably new capabilities. Should Iran purchase these Chinese systems, it will supercharge its military and make it into a far more efficient fighting force. Indeed, it would appear that since the Israeli strikes, the Iranians are embarking on a true modernization push to make their military more competitive with those of the region. Compared to the Russian Su-35, which Iran had previously pursued, the J-10C offers distinct advantages. Priced between $60 million and $90 million per unit, it is significantly cheaper than the Su-35, which can exceed $100 million with full weapon packages. The J-10C single-engine design reduces maintenance costs, though it sacrifices some of the Su-35 raw power and payload capacity. Its compatibility with modern network-centric warfare systems also makes it a more flexible platform for Iran's needs, particularly in scenarios requiring rapid deployment against regional threats. Iran's pivot to China reflects a broader trend of Beijing's growing influence in the Middle East. Unlike Russia and the United States, which have historically dominated the region's arms market, China offers cost-effective, combat-proven platforms like the J-10C and J-F-17. The success of these aircraft in Pakistan's air campaign against India has bolstered China's credibility as a defense supplier. According to Newsweek, Chinese commentators have suggested that Iran's air defenses might have performed better with Chinese weaponry, a claim that underscores Beijing's ambition to challenge Western dominance in the arms trade. The J-10C appeal lies in its affordability and technological sophistication. Its Aesa radar and PL-15 missiles represent a leap forward for nations unable to access Western fighters like the F-35 or Rafale. China's broader strategy includes not only aircraft sales but also the export of integrated air defense systems, such as the Hongqi series, which could complement Iran's existing capabilities. However, reliance on Chinese technology carries risks, including potential restrictions on software updates and long-term maintenance support, which could limit Iran's operational independence. Iran's decision to pursue the J-10C raises questions about alternative options. The Sino-Pakistani JF-17 Block 3, which shares the J-10C Aesa radar and PL-15 missile compatibility, is a cheaper alternative that could have been considered. Priced at approximately $30 million per unit, the JF-17 is a joint venture between Pakistan and China, offering a cost-effective platform with similar capabilities. Iran's interest in the JF-17 was reported by the Middle East Forum, but financial constraints may have pushed Tehran toward the J-10C, which offers superior performance despite its higher cost. Another option would have been to invest in modernizing Iran's existing fleet. The Iran Air Force's F-14 Tomcats, for example, have undergone limited upgrades, including new avionics and radar systems. However, the complexity and cost of reverse engineering these aging aircraft may outweigh the benefits of acquiring new platforms. The J-10C represents a more immediate solution, but its long-term sustainability depends on Iran's ability to overcome logistical and financial hurdles. Iran's pursuit of the Chengdu J-10C marks a critical step toward modernizing its beleaguered air force, driven by the harsh lessons of the 12-day war with Israel and the United States. The J-10C advanced radar, long-range missiles, and multi-role capabilities offer a significant upgrade over Iran's aging fleet, potentially enhancing its ability to counter regional threats.